Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Communication. In that Unit 4, Multiplexing and Multiple Access Techniques. Multiplexing. This word indicates what? Many into one. Multiplexing. Multi indicates many. That many signals are combined together and we can transmit that all the signals using a single channel. This process is multiplexing. And at the other end we use the demultiplexing. It is opposite to that of the multiplexing. Multiplexing means many into one and demultiplexing means one to many. We separate that signals in the demultiplexing process. Here multiplexing is a technique that allows the simultaneous transmission of multiple signals. Multiple means more than two signals. Multiple signals across a single data link without interference. The one signal is not interferes or mixes with the another signal. Multiplexing is a technique that allows the simultaneous transmission of multiple signals across a single data link without interference. Using a single channel, we can transfer number of signals. In communication, we need this multiplexing because if you want to transfer about 100 signals, 100 different signals from one station to another station, it is not possible to use 100 separate path or channels for that 100 signals. It is not a practical case. 100 path or 100 channels are not practical. To transfer that number of signals using a single channel, that process is called as multiplexing. So in communication, we need this multiplexing process. In the transmitter, we use this multiplexing and at the receiver end, we use the demultiplexing process. This diagram indicates the multiplexing and demultiplexing process. See here, multiple input signals are there, that all multiple input signals are combined together using a multiplexing process and they are transmitted through a single channel, single communication channel. This channel may be wired, that may be a optical fiber cable, that may be a coaxial cable, anyone, or it may be a wireless. Wireless means radio path. We can transfer this all multiplexed signals through a single channel. This indicates what? Single channel. At the receiving end, we use the demultiplexer to separate that signals. See here, original input signals are indicated output of this demultiplexer. The number of multiple input signals are combined together and transmitted through a single channel. At the receiving end, we use the demultiplexer and we get original input signal. This is the basic concept of multiplexing. The concept of simple multiplexer is illustrated here. Multiple input signals are combined by the multiplexer into a single composite signal that is transmitted over the communication medium, wired or wireless. Channel may be wired channel or wireless channel. At the other end of the communication link, a demultiplexer is used to separate that signals. Use it to sort out the signals into their original form. This is the basic concept of multiplexer, that is multiplexing process. And what are the advantages of this multiplexing process? You already know that the number of signals are combined together and we transmit using a single channel. With the help of multiplexing, more informations can be transmitted. Using a single channel, we can transfer more informations. That is the first advantage. Then, multiplexing makes the communication system more practical. If you want to transfer 100 signals, it is not necessary to use the 100 channels. Using a single channel, we can transfer more number of signals. It's a practical case. And due to this, it saves the money. These are the three basic and main advantages of the multiplexing process. With the help of multiplexing, more information can be transmitted. Multiplexing makes the communication system more practical and there is a saving of money. These are the advantages of multiplexing process. Then which are the different types of multiplexing process? Multiplexing is mainly divided into two types. One is frequency division multiplexing, FDM, frequency division. Frequency is divided here. The whole bandwidth is divided into a different frequency levels. Frequency division multiplexing, FDM. And the second one is time division multiplexing. Here whole bandwidth is used, it is not divided, but time is divided. The signal is the first signal is transmits for a particular time interval, second signal transmits for a particular time interval. Time is divided here. Time division multiplexing and frequency division multiplexing. Here frequency is divided, but it is continuously transmitted. Here time is divided, whole bandwidth is used. Here bandwidth is divided. In the FDM, bandwidth is divided. Frequency division multiplexing and time division multiplexing. Okay. Now first we consider the frequency division multiplexing, FDM. In frequency division multiplexing, a number of signals shares the bandwidth of a common communication channel. You observe this diagram. Here this dotted line indicates the whole bandwidth of overall communication channel. This overall bandwidth is divided into small separate bandwidths. See here, this is the first bandwidth FC1. Its center frequency is carrier frequency is FC1. This one is the second bandwidth, that is carrier frequency is FC2, FC3, FC4. Here this whole bandwidth is divided into four different carrier frequencies. Here the first signal is transfers with a carrier frequency of FC1. The second signal is transfers with a carrier frequency of FC2. The third signal is transfers with a carrier frequency of FC3 and the fourth signal is transfers with a carrier frequency of FC4. Here four different carrier frequencies are there in this example. The whole bandwidth is divided into a different carrier frequencies, small bandwidth signal channels. So it is called as frequency division multiplexing. Then all that signals are combined together because here carrier frequencies are different. That all signals are combined together and transfers through a single channel. Frequency division multiplexing is an analog technique because here continuous transmission takes place. That can be applied with the bandwidth of a link is greater than the combined bandwidths of the signals to be transmitted. Here this whole bandwidth is divided into a small bandwidths. In this FDM, a digital signal can be converted to an analog signal using a digital modulation techniques. In the previous chapter, we have discussed about the digital modulation techniques, that is amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying, phase shift keying and so on. Here in the FDM, we convert that signals into this ASK, FSK or PSK form before FDM is used to multiplex them. In this frequency division multiplexing, we divide the frequencies. Whole bandwidth is divided into a different carrier frequency and then we combine that all the signals and we transfer that signals using a single channel because all the carriers are different here. In frequency division multiplexing, a number of signals shares the bandwidth of a common communication channel. In this example, we divide it into 4. It may be any number, depends upon our requirement and depends upon the specifications. We can divide that frequency, separate frequencies, carrier frequencies. Each signal to be transmitted over this channel modulates a separate carrier. You observe this here, each signal carrier is separate. FC1, FC2, FC3, FC4 and so on. Each carrier is on a different frequency. FC1 is different, FC2 is different, FC3 is different, like this. That modulated carriers are then added together to form a single complex signal, which is transmitted over the single channel. In this figure, it indicates FC1, FC2, FC3, FC4. 4 different signals are combined together, and that all signals are transmitted using a single channel. FC1 is different, this carrier frequency is different, this carrier frequency is different. If you combine this, the signals are not mixed together, but that all different signals are transmitted using a single channel because carriers are different. Clear? What are the applications where we use this frequency division multiplexing? We use this frequency division multiplexing in data communications. To transfer the data from one end to another end, we use FDM. In amplitude modulation and frequency modulation, radio broadcasting, AM and FM broadcasting. In television broadcasting, and in first generation cellular telephones, advanced mobile phone systems, AMPS. First generation, we use this FDM. Next, the second type is time division multiplexing. You already know that in the FDM, the whole bandwidth is divided into a number of different carrier frequencies, but continuously the signal is transferred. But in TDM, the whole bandwidth is used, but time slots are divided here. See here, T1, T2, T3, T4. After that again it starts T1, T2. In this example, we use the 4 signals, signal 1, signal 2, signal 3 and signal 4, and equal time slots for each signal. T1 equals to T2, T2 equals to T3, and this one slot is considered as a time slot, one time slot. Okay, and this 4 signal cycle is called as one frame. Signal 1, signal 2, signal 3, signal 4. After signal 4, again signal 1 starts. Again signal 1, signal 2, signal 3, signal 4. Again signal 1 starts, like this. This completion of one cycle is called as a one frame. Okay. In the TDM, we have one main advantage. Here, crosstalk is minimizes. In TDM, crosstalk. Crosstalk means what? In FDM, see here, this FC1 is the first carrier frequency. FC2 is the second carrier frequency. Here we have a small gap. This gap is called as a guard band. There is a guard band between FC1 and FC2. Correct? But this first signal can interfere with the second signal. Due to that interference, here we may have some distortion. This interference of the first signal and the second signal is called as crosstalk. We have the major drawback in FDM, crosstalk. To avoid that crosstalk, we use this TDM system. In the TDM, crosstalk immunity is more. Crosstalk occurrence is less. Okay. Here the major advantage of TDM is immunity to crosstalk. Crosstalk occurrence is less, or crosstalk interference of the two signals is less in TDM. TDM is a digital multiplexing technique. FDM is a analog multiplexing technique and TDM is a digital multiplexing techniques for combining several low rate channels into a single high rate channel. In TDM, each signal can occupy the entire bandwidth of the channel. You observe here, entire bandwidth. The whole bandwidth is used. Whole bandwidth is used for all the signals. Bandwidth is not divided. But in FDM, bandwidth is divided. Each signal is transmitted for only a brief period of time. Here time is divided. So each signal is transmitted for only a brief period of time. Only a small time period. The one signal is transmits. For the next time interval, the next signal is transmits. Again the third signal, fourth signal. Again the cycle is repeats. TDM is used mainly for digital communication. Continuous signals are not suited for TDM because the signal is present at all the times. Here time is divided. Most TDM systems use the pulse amplitude modulation PAM or pulse code modulation techniques, PAM or PCM modulation techniques. The concept of TDM is illustrated graphically in figure above. Here four signals are transmitted over a single channel T1, T2, T3, T4. Signal 1, signal 2, signal 3, signal 4. Four signals are used. Each signal is allowed to use the channel for a fixed period of time, one after the other. Time interval is fixed. For a particular time interval, signal 1 is transfers, then signal 2 is transfers, after that signal 3, after that signal 4. One frame is completed. Then again signal 1, signal 2, signal 3, signal 4. Again the second frame is completed. Like this. Once all the signals have been transmitted, the cycle repeats again and again. And that each cycle is called a frame. See here, signal 1, signal 2, signal 3, signal 4. These all four signals are considered as what? One frame. One cycle is completed. And for how much time interval one signal is transferred, that is called as one slot, one time slot. And the time slot is equal time slots for each signal. After T4, again the cycle is repeats, T1, T2, T3, T4 and so on. Correct? That one cycle is called as what? One frame. Applications where we use the TDM. TDM is also used in data communication. In digital telephony, we use this TDM, and second generation cellular phones, mobile phones, second generation 2G mobile phones, that is advanced mobile phone systems, so old system. These are the two different types of multiplexing process. One is frequency division multiplexing and another one is time division multiplexing process. Okay, thank you.